Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. If you have an older generation hi-fi radio or a pot noodle speaker or soundbar that just sits on its own and doesn't do anything for you, you can go on Amazon now and get one of these. And this is basically like your car head unit for your speakers. And it gives your speakers the ability to be imbued with the power of internet radio, DAB, and with a Bluetooth receiver, which is pretty cool, right? So you can actually stream from your phone directly via Bluetooth, stream from the internet, or pick up your old digital radio. And that's why I got this, basically. I have the old Sanyo boombox, but it only has audio tapes on it, and I did hook it up to some MP3 mini disc player, MP3, such technology. And you know, it wasn't doing it for me. I'm used to now playing with the old internet, you know, your Spotifys and your Amazon Musics and your Bluetooth off your YouTube and all of that stuff. So I thought for 40 notes, this looked like a good purchase. So we're going to have a look inside the box. I'm just going to get the bits out. I don't really care about the specs on the box. It's just whether it'll work. And it'll work if we can make our Bluetooth device, our phone, be able to stream something to this, basically, and get my pot noodle player playing. So first things first, it's really quite nice and neat, isn't it? It just sits on your deck like that. That's fine. I mean, I was actually almost... Oh, look at that on-off switch. We'll go into that in a minute. I was actually almost going to do this with a Raspberry Pi, and then I sort of went through all the faff, you know, download the operating system, get all of the plugins and modules, and hopefully it'll boot up without corrupting its SD card. Whereas this whole thing with remote control, with a volume, by the way, I noticed this on the actual... I say that, I noticed it on the box it had a volume control. Doesn't seem to have a volume control on this. Let's go back into that in a moment. I was hoping it would have a volume control because my device, you know, if you've got an old analog device with a knob, it doesn't have a remote control. And I thought this might be able to help with that. We're going to find out soon enough, I suppose. I guess if it's Bluetooth, you can always wang that volume down, can't you? So I'm just going to plug it in right away because I think that's, you know, it needs to boot up. And while it's booting up and warming up, it's got a nice mechanical on-off switch. Have a look at that there. There's your power in. It's just 5 volts, 1 amp, regular. Optical out. So that'd be handy just to connect directly to your soundbar. There's an antenna in and an audio out. Antenna in? What kind of antenna? Is that an FM? Oh, yeah, of course. It's DAB, right? It needs a DAB antenna. That makes a lot of sense. And then there's, what's this other little doodad? Oh, that is an antenna there. Cool, look at this. So you've got an adapter for regular RF. So if you've got that in your house, you can plug that in like that, like the back of your telly. Or use its own, it's got a little one on the end of a wire. That's fine. Let's do that. And then audio out, which is going to go into our pot noodle speakers, which are charged up. So let's plug that in too. And there's a user manual and book. But no batteries, I notice. Pretty sure there's no batteries among all of this. A bit disappointing this day and age. You kind of expect them to sort of chuck in a couple of AAAs. Start now. Yes, no. It's not touchscreen. Yeah. Like a caveman. Putting in batteries. What is the world coming to? Right. Try again. Start now. Okay. 12 or 24 hour format. 24 hour format. Do it from DAB, shall we? Keep network connected. Yes. Why wouldn't you? I'm going to zoom in. Let's see. There's actually a little windowy there. That's where the old window is. Please select WLAN region, Europe. And it's scanning. It's scanning. Thinking. Right, I'm going to connect to my network settings now. It's going to be a bit fiddly, but we'll come back to that. I got the network set up, and I have to admit, I've just been carried away. I haven't had the camera on because I've just been playing with the bloody thing. It works really quite well. In fact, I'm going to remove the protective film because I think this is going to stay in my household. Oh. Was that the protective film, that piece? Let's forget about that then. Yeah, I didn't know it has an FM radio either. The FM radio works really well. And now it's sort of just going through the internet podcast list as it does. You know, I've got a Roberts radio which has this functionality, but this seems way faster. It's definitely got a beefier processor. Let's see how it picks this up. Wow. Now the only thing I wish it did, it does have a mute on here, so I can mute it. But yeah, no volume control located yet. Just to show you the remote control, it's a little bit harsh, you know, it feels hard in the hand, but I think it's going to smooth itself out. Just standard. You've got a screen brightness button there. You can just dim it, brighten it if it's in your bedroom perhaps. I'm guessing that's favourites. That's your mute there, top left corner. And this is your menu button, you like your settings down there, so that's one that you're going to need. There's sleep timers on there. Not quite sure, these are just sort of playback things. And there is an EQ button. Let's try the EQ. Ooh, fancy. Fancy that. All of the different equalizer settings. And let's see, if we push the mode button, that should show you what we've got. So we've got there the internet. We've got My Music. So apparently one of these, I think it's My Music, yeah. That one can go on your network. So if you've got a UPnP network, like your Windows network, you can go on there and just hook up to your PCs. That's your DAB radio. I haven't tried that yet. We will try that yet. There's your FM. That works great. So let's go back. Let's try your DAB. And something while it's busy doing this, I think what I'm going to do, if I can get on Bluetooth, I'm really interested still about that volume control. It's not that big a deal, getting off your ass to turn the knob, and at least you've got the mute, because that's really the one you hit a lot, isn't it, the mute, because someone's nagging at you and you need to like listen to them for a second. So we've got it now connected to a slightly better Wi-Fi hotspot, and the internet radio is working fine. So we're going to go back to the, so you can hear the retro hour there playing away with Mega Drive as well. With Ravi. We're going to push mode. Pish it. We're going to pish it. To show you what's in My Music. We didn't cover that. That's the shared media on your network. So I don't know what happens if I try to just do that. I don't think I've got anything shared. But maybe. You never know with Microsoft. It might be opening up some ports or something. Thinking. I think it's just going to go around forever. I don't think I've got any shares. So we're going to go then DAB. Let's see if we get some DAB signal. Connecting, playing. Now, a prelude. What was that? Oh, no, we're in mute. So we've got this wire now. I've got this DAB wire here, which I think is a little bit... Oh, there we go. I'm holding it up. Come on. The mute seems a bit sensitive though, isn't it? You knock it off and... there we go. So there's your DAB, but you might have to pin your wire to the wall. And then what else do we get? Mode, FM. That should just work.
Seems to be good for autoimmune diseases.
Works good. Radio 2. Exactly what I want to listen to, which is absolutely fine. And the last one, Bluetooth. So I'm going to have to set up the old Bluetooth. So there is a button here which tends to take you to some settings menu. I was going to push this gear one, but I think that takes you to the wizard. Nope, you don't want the startup wizard. Strange how that does that, but it's the home button, I think. You want the home button. There you go. Bluetooth disconnect. Nope. System settings. I think it's just basically sitting there ready to be found. I'm going to try that. I've got my old phone here. I'm going to leave that there for a moment. Just going to have a look in the old Bluetooth list. Be quiet. We'll have a look there. Pair new device. I'm guessing it's this DBA03R. We'll try that one. Thinking. Oh yeah, it says it's paired, and actually the Bluetooth icon on the screen has stopped flashing, although can't do two things at once. Hold that and do this. Let me just play something. So we'll go to YouTube and we'll find my favourite free music. Free. It says Freak George Michael. I don't think that's what I want. I don't even know what that is. Free music library. And there we go. We play our favourite tune, of course, which we all know is this Joachim Crowd Rock Angel. Okay, so it's doing what it does. I mean, Bluetooth icon is not flashing, it's playing. So the question for me is, does the volume work? Oh, It seems to. Let me try that again. Right, let's go. Yeah, so I can adjust the volume at least from a direct Bluetooth connection, so that at least meets that. I would like, though, if it did have the ability to... Oh, I can pause it as well. Yeah. So the remote control works to pause and play on your phone, so that's kind of nice too. I really wish it did have the ability to have a volume control here. I could have sworn when I saw the pictures one of this set of buttons was for volume, but... you know, I'm getting mad in my old age. I think for £40 on Amazon Prime, delivered next day, this Ocean Digital DBA03R internet radio whatnot, I think is a pretty good value for money, really. I think, again, apart from the issue with the volume thing, if you've got a sound bar that has its own remote control, you've got control over the volume anyway. And I think this optical thing, yeah, look, it does work. The old optical thing is sending out the old data as we speak. Yeah, it's a nice little thing, not very heavy, unassuming on the side. And it does have a manual. It's actually quite thick. I would have a quick flick through. It's really quite detailed, and there's probably a few things here. Ooh, what's that? Does it actually have a web page? No. Frontier Silicon Radio Portal. So I don't know. I don't know if it's got like actual internet stuff on the radio itself that you can even access. All about that bass, Megan Trainor. So yeah, it's hip. It's with all the cool stuff. That universal plug and play, all there. Have a look. Get one if you need it. That's what it does. As ever, guys. Thanks for watching. OK Google. OK Google. Doesn't look like it's got a mic in it though.